All right, Flick here from the Nerd Soapbox at Comikaze 2015. And guess what? I'm here with Darryl, D.M.C, McDaniels. Hey,
What's
Darryl.
happening?
Hey.
Pleasure. D.M.C
What's
is in the
crack-a-lackin'?
place to be. I'm here.
All right. So, do you know, okay, not only is this man a music creator, all right, he's a comic book creator. Yes, a comic book creator. So, tell me about D.M.C, the comic.
Well, before hip hop came over the bridge to change my life,
Yeah?
I was a Catholic school kid
Yes.
that went to school and loved everything about comic books. It's all I did. And then when hip hop came over the bridge, I started writing rhymes. So I got my confidence, I got my presence, I got my personality, I got my delivery. Everything that I am in this universe here is from comic books.
Wow. That's great. What was your favorite comic book or character?
Well, Marvel Comics was my favorite because
Mine
Stan
too.
Lee and Marvel had superheroes in New York, which
Oh,
was
yeah.
crazy. DC was cool. You know what I'm saying? Flash was one of my favorites, but there was something special about Marvel because the superheroes was running around New York City.
Oh, yeah.
And that being said, the Hulk is my favorite superhero, but Captain America is right there.
Oh, yeah.
As a kid, those two superheroes actually make me everything that I am today.
Nice. Okay, but tell me about your book, your comic.
Oh, my comic
Yes,
book.
please.
Well, after 30 years of being in the music business,
Yeah?
traveling all over the world, people would always approach me. Yo, DMC, I got this hip hop comic book. DMC, I got this in that. 84, 85, 86, all the way up till now.
Right.
Some was really, really good. Some sucked. But that being said, about 2 years ago, I went to have a music meeting with a friend up at Atlantic Records,
Okay.
Riggs Morales. And before the meeting, he just basically said to me, yo, DMC, I'm usually professional. I usually don't fan out, but he used these words. He was like my superhero growing up. What was it like when you was a kid? And I was like, well, I was a little Catholic school kid that loved comic books. We didn't talk about music. We sat at this meeting for 2 hours and talked about comic books. And he just said to me, D, you ever think about doing a comic book yourself? And I was like, no, because I don't want to be a rapper who
Right.
just because I have a hit record trying to do something else. I like to stay in my lane. And he basically said, D, do this comic book as a celebration and a tribute to those comic books that touched your life when you was a little kid.
Yeah.
So Riggs convinced me to do a comic book. He introduced me to my other partner, Edgardo Miranda Rodriguez. It's a long name.
Oh, yeah.
And we decided to do a comic book that was going to give people everything that I was able to give people through my music through all these years. Inspiration, motivation, education, adventure, action, and also at the same time we could talk about issues and subjects that politicians and religious folks are afraid to talk about.
Nice. Very nice.
So 2 years ago we debuted issue 1 at the New York City Comic Con, and this year we're here at Stan Lee's Comikaze debuting issue number 2. So we on our way.
Oh, wow. And who's doing the artwork?
Well, we have we always use artists. I don't want to give nothing away because I want you to get the comic book.
Yeah.
Each issue will always have a known artist from Marvel or DC or somebody that did incredible work throughout
Right.
comic book culture. But we also created this book to give younger artists a chance and older artists who should have drawn for Marvel and DC but didn't get their chance.
All right.
So there will always be a name, associated with the book, whether it's a writer or whether it's an artist. But at the same time, I want to give everybody who is an inker, a penciler, illustrator, writer, artist. Even we use official graffiti artists too. We don't have the artists drawing the art in the comic book
Right.
through the graffiti. They create the universe, and then we bring in real graffiti artists to do the art.
Nice. Very nice. Okay, tell me about the main character.
The main character is me, D.M.C., but D.M.C. is not the only superhero in this universe. He's the
right.
first superhero that you are introduced to in this universe. And it's based on me. It's Darryl McDaniels, Hollis, Queens, New York. I go to St. John's University. I graduate. I become a teacher. In this universe, my superpower is hip hop and rock and roll. In this universe,
Right.
But in the comic book universe, I'm not a rapper. I'm not a musician. I never meet Run. I don't MC. I'm Darryl McDaniels, who really has superpowers.
Oh, nice. And you got, okay. So what kind of bad guys?
We got some of the baddest, meanest, illest, craziest villains to ever touch the pages of a comic book. I mean, these guys are really scary. They're really evil. They have ulterior motives. A lot of them have an ego. You know, some of them is like, okay, you want me to save the world, but you gotta pay me. And what would somebody do? They had billions of dollars and the world was about to end, and this guy got superpowers. But D.M.C. is the only superhero in this universe that don't want no money. He's not prejudiced.
He does it for love.
He does it for the love of all people. And everybody in the universe knows that D.M.C. is the only superhero who is here for all the people.
Wow. That sounds great.
I mean, it's cool. It takes place in the 80s like universe.
Oh, okay.
You know, the 1980s when I was a kid growing up, because the 1980s was one of the most visually, literary, musically, artistic, creative periods of the time. Basically. I mean, you have Run D.M.C, hip hop, you have Grandmaster Flash, even Blondie. Did a rap record about Grandmaster Flash. She did the record rapping about Grandmaster Flash. But if you was to come to New York in the 80s, you would see the journalists, the writers, the authors, the graffiti artists, the musicians, the punk rockers, the Ramones. If you was to go to a club, you would see the Beastie Boys, Run D.M.C, the Ramones, Lou Reed. You would see...
You're blowing my mind right now.
Yeah, you would see all the artists like Basquiat. You would see Keith Haring. So we were all together. So I placed it in the 80s like universe because the power and the creativity was so big. But here's the question.
All right.
It looks like the 80s. It sounds like the 80s. It feels like the 80s, but it could be the future.
You just blew my mind. Yeah.
So, and that's
here's one.
Here's the book.
It's a good-looking book.
And we do cool stuff.
Oh, nice. Look at that.
Yo, Ed, who's this artist?
That's Bill Sienkiewicz.
This is Bill Sienkiewicz. Let me say it right, because he hates when you say his name wrong.
Yeah.
This is Bill Sienkiewicz.
Wow.
And this is issue 2 of the D.M.C. graphic novel series. And what we did is, give me the other one. We did 2 covers, 2 different covers for issue number 2. Because if people remember when Run D.M.C. put out Raising Hell, we had 2 different covers of the Raising Hell album.
Nice.
So I try to keep little tidbits that I did with my music involved with the comic book.
Little Easter eggs, kind of, for the people in the know.
Exactly. And there's always been Easter eggs throughout my career. On King of Rock, my rhyme, crash through walls, come through floors, bust through ceilings and knock down doors. What do superheroes do?
Exactly.
So now people is going back to my lyrics going, oh, I know why he said that. So it kind of all makes sense. I am a product of the comic books. You know, because of comic books, I really, in this universe, became one of the most powerful beings in the hip-hop world because of comic books.
Wow. Nice. And you heard it here. Right here on the Nerd Soapbox.
Right here.
Yeah.
You don't hear it nowhere else except for the Nerd Soapbox. That's why I'm here. Because the Nerd Soapbox is the place to be.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Well, geez, D.M.C., thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure and an honor hanging with you, man.
Oh, thank you.
We got to do this again.
Oh, thanks. Man, I'm just like all fanboying out here. Oh, wow. All right. This has been Flick and D.M.C., my new pal here.
That's right.
Yeah. Check out his issue 1 and issue 2. Look, 2 different covers. All right. Thanks again.
Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure. High five.
Flick here from the Nerd Soapbox, and welcome to our first annual Nerd Soapbox Celebrity Panel. Yes, so we've got microphones on either side of the room here for questions, and we'll be starting. Go ahead and line up there. Questions, anybody? Hello? 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 Anyone? That's it, I'm out of here.